My squad, what is going on? It is me, Captain Virus. Today we are live action. You already know what it is. Here to bring you my latest Bleach review of Baby Hold Your Hand Part 2. I believe this is episode 36, yes, of season 3. So, this may be a very, very short review, as you can see by the time below, because while this was a very, very good episode, it was, again, basically damn near shot by shot what happened in the manga. I mean, they were just very, very slight differences. I mean, when Mayuri grabbed Nemo in the manga, he grabbed her by the head, you know, but in the anime he didn't. So just little things like that. But I want to talk about, of course, let's get the good things out the way. Good animation, good pacing, good sound quality. Everything was just top notch as usual. I love it. Studios, Kubo, keep up the good work. Now, rewatching this, of course, from reading in the manga years ago, a lot of times, you know, things it hit different. You know, some people, they still get the message or they still feel the same when they read something then when they go on to watch it. But some moments it can make it better or worse, or you can just understand it and digest it even more. So I think the music, I swear, people do not understand how important music is. Music can create the scene. It can kill it. It can make it or break it. Music choice is very key, and not even just anime, just movies in general, TV shows, etc. So this moment, I believe it was important overall for the viewers, you know, in terms of Mayuri, to see that he actually, it came off that he actually had like a soft side, a soft spot for Nemo. But is that really the case? Because it seemed like when she died, he seemed sad, you know, Nemo, like, oh man. Then you seen Zayel, he came around, you know, and just started giving him that lecture, which was like a good reminder. It almost felt like Hello Ichigo appearing, giving Ichigo a lecture. And I like that angle, because that same angle you see with Zayel, it reminded me of when he came back from hell, you know, New Breath from Hell. And I know a lot of people are saying this is giving them hopes that the Hell arc, we see it animated or just see it continue on in the manga, but I do believe that will be the case. Real quick, how would you feel if that just happened? The Hell arc, we got that in the anime, just anime only and not the manga. How would you feel about that? Because we've seen when Unohana and Ukitake were talking, he said, I'll see you soon. Clearly that was a reference to the Hell arc, that we may actually get it. Anyway, the reason why I didn't really feel bad for Mayuri in a way that a lot of people would think is because it's not like he had a necessary, like, a personal attachment to her. He still looked at the end of the day as just a creation. Yeah, he went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you know, now she was number 7. He went through so many trials and tribulations to get things to work, to create her. It was more so the time and the investment he had to put into it. She was a representation of his mad scientist smarts, you know. Because yes, he will abuse her. Obviously, he had just taught her any old kind of way. He made her. She's basically like a weapon, a tool. But it was just a representation of how smart he was. He just wanted to flex on everybody, especially Kisuke Uehara, on how he was just a creative genius with the way how he is as a scientist. But I don't know. It seemed like I took it as he was like, Nemo, like, damn, I gotta start all over, like damn. But again, that pep talk he received from Zayel, he had a point. He said, you should be glad that she got destroyed, because she wasn't perfect. That means it's room for growth, room for improvement. It can put you back in the lab. It can be like, okay, now I can enhance her. Let me fix the flaws that I made. He should be glad about that. And that was true. I mean, that was very true. And I love how they kept everything in terms of how gruesome it was when she got just mutilated. I love how they kept that in there, true to the source, because I know a lot of people can come off sounding crazy when they're like, yes, we got to see the blood, the gore, you know, the guts, everything. I'm so glad they kept it in there. Yeah, I'm glad they just kept it in there, you know, for the sake of how that's how it was in the manga. So I want to see that actually in the anime. In terms of the CGI with Thematic, good lord, yeah, they didn't do that all the time with him, which was good. You know, that is a good thing. And oh, forgive me, I forget the name of the song when Nemu was dying, or when she died. You actually got vocals with that track. That's a classic Bleach track, and it actually worked. It worked. And again, to me, that was a lot better when it happened here in the anime versus the manga. Obviously, there's no sound in the manga, so this is a perfect example of how a music track can make it or break it. Sometimes no music can work as well. I believe Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory, when Shiro Ramada and Anavogato, when they were fighting in both their Gundams, at one point it was no music. All you heard was just the screaming and the sound effects. Sometimes that works as well. Her exploding like that, falling down and exploding, no music, that would have worked as well. It would have been impactful, but that song choice, it made it sad. It made people, empathize and have sympathy for Mayuri. Me, I never did, even when I read this in the manga, because I knew he was just gonna create something better. I mean, for crying out loud, the guy altered his Zabato to achieve a Bunkai, so he can become captain. That also leads me to believe he's not super strong or fast, because he knows that, so he can make up for it with his creations. I mean, look when he was fighting Hitsugaya, how he was just deflecting and parrying and countering. That was only due to the sensors that was on his Zabato, so he wasn't doing that himself. I mean, I'm not saying he's a super weak character, but come on now. So without those sensors, he wouldn't be able to keep up with Hitsugaya. And the whole thing with him altering his Bunkai, I mean, it's smart. I guess it falls under fair use and fair play under the order of Central 46 or in the Gote 13, but hey, whatever. So overall, good pacing. I liked it. No complaints. Not much that was changed. So anyway, moving on to the after credit scene. I was not expecting this. We actually seen the Bambis, Now in the manga, I believe it was just Giselle and Lil Toto, but here we got Giselle, Lil Toto, Menendez, and Candace, and of course Bombietta. So, and am I tripping? Are they zombified? Not Lil Toto, but is Menendez zombified and is Candace Catnip zombified? I believe the last time we seen Candace Catnip, she lost to Byakuya. I mean, it was her, Robert, and Nana. Byakuya took all three of them out, but the way they fell, even in the manga, I'm like, nah, I don't think they're dead. And then we seen it in the anime, no, they're not dead. And then with Menendez, I know she got hit with Pepe's love influence. She went to strike Lil Toto, and then I believe Lil Toto said that she dealt with her, because Giselle asked about her, and Lil Toto said, I dealt with her, but she isn't dead. But we seen, of course, she got hit with the Ash Whaler. But the thing is with the Ash Whaler, because we seen when they came back, fighting these Soldtas, they had their, holy forms activated. I'm like, I thought they got hit with the Ash Whaler, but of course it was explained that, Kubo explained a while ago that the Ash Whaler is more effective and is targeted more towards the older and weaker Quincy's. Those are the ones who lose their powers, especially their life force and or both. But with Basby, the Bombiettas, etc., they're younger and they're stronger, so they can still have a little bit of a fraction of their power left. And for the ones who didn't read the novel, oh yeah, they still play a role even in the novel. Like it's crazy. I like how they extend on that. But the crazy thing on this whole episode, like I said, the episode was cool. I already knew what was going to happen with Nemo and everything, and it kept it shot for shot, beautiful, quality, 10 out of 10. But I like the new stuff, how they expand on it, how they were fighting these Soldats. And yeah, good angles, good quality. Bombietta dropping the bombs. You got Menendez, she's just right hooking mother suckers. You got Candace Catnip, she's doing the lightning strikes. Everything is going good. But then you actually see these motivators, they look like the Soldats. They're like what? The almighty Soldats? No, I know. I'm not saying they all have the power of the Almighty. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that due to the appearance. They literally have the appearance of Bach, that when he absorbed the Soul King. So he's like these many Soul King, Soldats. Like, I thought this was crazy. So I think they are probably still going to beat them, which is crazy because I know what's going to happen in the manga in terms of their fate. I mean, for the anime only watchers, just think about it. You honestly think those four are gonna beat Bach? Come on now. So I just thought that was wild, man. I do like that, how they actually just expanded on that, because I don't really care about the Bambis like that, but it's still cool to see the aftermath of what happened from that last moment to when like Candace Catnip got dropped, leading up to the manga, because leading up to the novel. There's a lot of shit that happened. So we see something that was actually different. In this case, we see four Soldats kneeling down to Hashworth. But in the manga, I believe it was, I could be getting it wrong, it was one Soldtas talking to Hashworth, and he didn't have on a mask or anything. And we see it was more gruesome in the manga. In the manga, you see Basby shot him in the back of the head. You see the the burner. I think it was burner finger one went right through his eye. You know, and then that's when we see Basby confront Hashworth. But in the anime, of course, he just do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, knock out all 4 Soldtas. But we see this fight is getting ready to start. Unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately. I'm looking forward to this fight more than the ending of Star Knight X, the Axis. And we see who's gonna step up to the plate to take on Star Knight X. So, yeah. Other than that, Elites, I thought it was a pretty good, solid episode. No complaints at all, none. So with that being said, I give this episode 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Pacing, good, sound, quality, everything. It was just good. No room for nitpicking. So, other than that, give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Do you feel sorry for Mayuri? Do you not? I mean, let me know. Other than that, good episode. Thank you all for watching. It's me, Captain TheEliteace. See you next week. Signing out.